Welcome back everyone to the Treehouse of Science video series. Before we keep going on to our next and final area here, let's just check out some of the indigenous wildlife of Mars. Just look at that. They're little mini robots. They also make cow sounds, which is very fun. As we head off to our next area, we've got our University of Utah logo here, courtesy of Alex Charters. He's a good friend. He's a good guy. He's put a lot of work into this map and helping us to build things here. But as we go to our next area, can anybody guess where we're headed? Don't say the desert. We're headed up into space. But we've got this big old pyramid here, which we actually found on the map. It was actually here when we got here. We didn't build this, which is kind of nice. But we did build the elevator on top, because everybody knows that aliens built the pyramids. No, we're just kidding. We're scientists. We don't believe that. But it is kind of fun. So as we come inside of our space elevator here, take out our redstone and get us started. And we're off. So as we leave our Earth behind, as the sun sets on our earthly journey, we travel up into space. Just take a second and just think of what that feeling would be like as we go off for future scientific exploration to discover things that no one's ever discovered before. It's a pretty exciting prospect. There's a lot we can learn from the universe. There's a lot of things we haven't explored yet and that it can teach us. So as we come out here on the top, anybody guess where we are? Welcome to space. We've arrived at an asteroid. As we fall off of our elevator here, let's come and take a perspective here near this asteroid. And this is meant to be representative of one of NASA's most recent missions to the asteroid Bennu, with the probe or the rover. I won't really call it a rover for reasons we'll talk about in a second, but for the spacecraft called OSIRIS-REx. And it went and explored the asteroid Bennu in space recently. And I don't know if any of you guys saw that, but my favorite part was when it landed on the asteroid, because most rovers that we can think of land and they roam around and they explore and they learn things for a long time. Like, Opportunity was on the surface of Mars for many years, but the spacecraft OSIRIS-REx, it came up to the asteroid and it looked down and it drops down and then it launches back up about that quick. That was the entire time that it was on the asteroid. And it just blows my mind that that's a scientific achievement that we've made. That not only did we go out and find an asteroid, we were able to land on it, but that it would travel for however long in space, super long periods of time, in order to get to this asteroid. And then it would only touch down for a matter of a second, or less than a second, and collect samples and come back. But it's also crazy to think of what we could learn from asteroids as well. Just thinking about what they're made of, what resources we could gather. If we could routinely gather asteroids, we wouldn't have to destroy our own Earth in order to collect some of those resources. But then you also get into interesting debates of, well, who owns those resources? It's not like any one country could own something in space, that this kind of belongs to the Earth as a collective. But so those laws are going on right now, those discussions are going on. But there's a lot of cool things we can learn from asteroids, a lot of cool discoveries that we can have, and it'll be fun to see what that spacecraft brings back when it returns to the Earth and we can analyze those samples. But I just wanted you guys to take a second to think here and think of some of the things that we could collect from these asteroids, what could be useful, what could be some of the dangers in collecting minerals from asteroids. But we also wanted to invite you guys. NASA put out a link recently, a recipe in order to make an edible asteroid. So if you're interested, there's a recipe in the link below this video that you can follow, and it'll give you a recipe for making an edible asteroid. So we'll definitely go enjoy our own asteroids, just like you guys. Asteroids. But we will see you guys next time here on the Treehouse of Science video series.